Because at that time, I think we had started working. You had, like...
So, in fact, even before, because I put out probably Kenyan Madness. I started Kenyan Madness in 2001.
What?
Yeah. But then, when I got born again in 2005, when I came back to Kenya, I couldn't put out... I wanted to put out gospel music on the sites, but I couldn't call it gospel music because I knew people wouldn't download it because it's gospel music.
Yeah.
So I called it Mwapi, music with a positive influence.
Yes.
But it was literally just gospel music. And because I'd become a musician, it was a no-brainer for me. Remember me, I'm always internet fast.
Yeah.
And I used to put all of this Kenyan music on the internet.
Oh, yeah.
And on Kenyan Madness, it had blown up, especially with the diaspora.
Yes.
And me, I've always thought diaspora fast. So I was like, I've got my first single out. The way to distribute it is put 3-piece on Kenyan Madness.
Let me tell you.
So the song, the vocal, and the instrumental.
Oh my goodness.
So I did that for like so many songs. And then one day I just get a remix from a guy. Waithaka remix, Close Your Eyes. Waithaka remix, Angel. Waithaka remix. They say Waithaka remix.
I did so many. Like I remember, like, do you know I used to have like 2 to 3 versions of your remixes for one song.
And let me shock you something. I probably didn't even know this. So because I've been exposed, because I've traveled, I had seen that you could sell singles.
Yes.
There's this thing called singles.
Yeah.
So when I'm going to do concerts in Kenya, everybody's selling albums. And they're selling albums at 500 shillings. But me, I'm like, with an Immersion CD, put my Waithaka, my song, put my Waithaka remix
on it,
put my instrumental and vocals.
There you go.
And sell it for 100 bob.
Yeah. That's what, like... That's
no one was doing that,
and here. That's something that goes back to a long time because there was always there's the
radio single,
radio edit,
yep.
And then there's always like 1 or 2 remixes,
yep.
And they sell that as that single, yep. And those things are exclusive. You don't find them
anywhere else.
Everywhere. So for me, like I think at that point I just needed an outlet.
I'm in a pit and I can't get out. I've been trying to quit, he won't let me out. It's like I'm in a fight with the devil, he knocked me out. Dear Lord, he needs to let me go. I gotta put it down, need to let it go. Need to find the remedy to letting it go. Need to find the strength in me to say no. Cause every time I pick it up, put it down, pick it up again. Like a boomerang, there it is, coming back again. Stuck in the same old space, trapped in the closet, back in the same old place.
I'm gonna move, so I'm gonna move,
Dear Lord, please help me fly. Wiping with the tears, big boys don't cry. Struggling for years, please tell me why. Lord, I think it's time for me to say bye. Dear Lord, you gotta help me see. Break off the shackles, set me free. Hustling to make it on the MIC. I'm just trying to be the best I can be. But every time I step to the front, next step back. Headed for the top, drop back to the start. Man, I'm stuck in the same old space. Trapped in the closet, back in the same old place.
I'm gonna move, so I'm gonna move, so
So how did you end up? Did you like stumble on the songs?
No, I used to keep up with Kenyan music.
Okay.
At this whole time now, around 2001, when I moved to DC, around 2002 or 2001, Red Sun came and performed. And
did you go watch him?
Yeah. I'm like, oh man, okay. And it was packed because the diaspora is hungry. When I say hungry, at this point they are hungry because you're homesick.
Yep.
Then here comes Red Sun with a song that you're seeing all over YouTube, and there we have internet access, so it's okay. But even though when you compare it to now, you're like,
what did we have?
What do we have back then? And then I remember there was she went to Canada. I can't remember her name, but she used to have a YouTube channel where like all the new videos used to be posted over there. And so we used to get a lot of our stuff from there. And so when Red Sun came, and guys, like, I remember it was it's this area where it's like an airport museum close to University of Maryland, and that place was, when I say that place was packed, it was packed. But also at the same time, and I don't want to forget to mention these guys, there's a group of guys in the diaspora who are already like established as musicians over there. But I don't know, like their music was very... You ever heard of Jabali Africa?
Yes.
Those guys already touring and everything.
Yep.
If there's
it was traditional,
like Rumba is, yes. So there's that, and
but
then there's
big.
They are big. They toured for. Those guys have to. You need to get what's his name, Muzi, to come and do this interview.
In fact, one of the guys who I interviewed produced for Jabali Africa the biggest, that song that was played in every wedding. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Tim Rimbui.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. So Jabali Africa were already doing, and I went to their concert, and those guys are good. So Muzi, he's very involved in that network, the Diaspora Connect, and between the link between here and the diaspora. So those are the other guys who are doing music in the US. But now coming from Kenya, I think Red Sun was one of the first guys to come.
From the urban pop.
Yes. Now he comes there and he kills it. And then he's like straight up superstar. Like, he's walking there, the guy is coming in with a bodyguard. No, you are watching a Kenyan with a bodyguard, you're like, okay. Hapo ndo amefika. But hey, big ups to him because he was doing good. 2 years later, Nameless, Wahoo, and Mr. Lenny come. Now those guys put on a show. They had to do a second one.
Because what? Demand?
Yes. The first one was packed. Guys are like, you have to do a second one. And I think he talked about it. He said it here. If I'm not wrong. And then, like, cause Nameless, who was opening? Was it Lenny or Wahoo? One of them.
Yeah.
But Nameless ndo alikuwa nafunga. And when I tell you, man, when Nameless showed up, guys were singing word for word. And one of the guys who was his dancers is a buddy of mine now. He's called Brayo.
Yeah.
And he teaches dance classes in the US. So I was like, I saw him, I was like, hold up, were you the dude dancing for Nameless? He started laughing. He's like, yeah. So Nameless really put on a show, and now I start seeing, okay, Kenya, things are happening. What am I doing? Remember, this time I'm just focused on, like, I'm working with Liberians, I'm working with, I'm playing in a band, and mostly it's geared to like soulful music and everything.
Yeah.
I start reaching out for Kenyan, trying to see who I can work with. I remember I met Mr. Lenny through a friend called Hannibal. He's also another he's here. He came back, he's real estate. And he introduced me to Lenny and met Lenny, played him some of my music. But I think, back then he was working with Mosioka. So even when he didn't even, you don't feel bad because at that time Mosioka was just killing it.
Yep.
So I decided, okay, I'm going to start looking for other ways to get my name out. And what's the other easiest way for you to get your name out? Is get remixes. Where can I get these things? You are the only one who was posting it, and another website called Get Music.
Yes, Leo Fire.
Yeah. So I think we connected. I started downloading, and then when I sent you the stuff, that's when we started communicating. And I remember I used to wait for your stuff, and I'm like, okay, this one I know which way I'm gonna go. And I used to flip them differently.
Very differently.
From what you
had this sonic sound.
Yeah.
So that you had some chord progressions that I really liked. Because I remember I'm also from the school of Dark Child and this R&B love.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed them. But when I would take them to radio, Kenyans wanted but I was like, nah, man. So I would always put them as remixes on my thing. Yeah.
far you can drive drunk. The devil is a liar. You're struggling to shift gears, and you're struggling to see. All the windows wide open, hoping that you don't sleep. Your friends are in the back seat, passed down fast asleep. Suddenly, you hit the pavement, realize you were asleep. You open up your eyes, realize you almost died. You open up your eyes, there's an angel by your side.
There's an angel watching over you. There's an angel watching over you. There's an angel watching over you. There's an angel watching over you.
Took a cloud straight to the car. Na una moto vibaya. Una trust ndani ya mfuko lakini imesha expire. The chick starts rubbing on your chest. No need for me to stress the rest. No time to stop. It's getting hot. You contemplate getting on top. Suddenly your phone rings and it's your dad on the phone. There's an emergency at home. Come quick. Your mother is sick. You drop the chick off and press the pedal to the floor. Realize that you were just about to have sex with a stranger. Whoa. Get home straight to your parents' room and you bang on the door. Your dad opens and asks you what the fussing is for. You tell him that he called and said that your mother was sick. You look inside the room and see your mother asleep. Listen.
There's an angel watching over you. There's an angel watching over you.
And I think now you started intentionally. You are uploading them and then you'd send them to me because you asked me for my email. Like,
Yes.
hey, yeah, here's some, the 3-piece. And then I did the same with Get Muziki. So I remember very well, Leo Fire posted Nazizi and, the guy TID featuring Nazizi.
Ooh.
Watasema.
And he posted 3-piece.
Yeah, Musyoka sent it. I don't know how he got it. But he had, he used to work.
Must have been Musyoka.
He used to work with Capital here because he was here before.
Okay.
And he used to work in radio here.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think he had already he had a relationship with Musyoka and Wawesh. And I'll talk about also how Wawesh really shaped how, I pursued this thing. So.
But at this time, music is your side hobby. It's your hobby.
It's starting to become.
Because now we're in 2005, 2006.
2006, yes. And it's starting to become my main thing.
Okay.
And I'm starting to really that's what I'm starting to get known for.
Okay.
A little bit.
Kuna jina small.
Kidogo.
Okay.
Amongst my friends.
Okay.
Remember now, my buddy Daya, he's a DJ. I would go with my bass player and my keyboard. We go to his basement and I'll tell him, we're working on this. I was like, can we rehearse? Because he had the whole basement. So we'd rehearse over there. And as we were playing, this dude he would listen to what we're doing, start digging in his crate and pull out an LP, put it in, and it would be in sync with everything we were doing.
Yo.
And I'm looking at him, I'm like, man, he has the ear. And then on top of that, I felt like he has that engineering skill. Like if I was a producer and I wanted something, I would want him engineering my sessions.
I get.
But he was much more interested in DJing. Because I always used to tell him, man, you should become an engineer. Like I'm like a studio engineer. And he was much more interested in DJing. And he is my favorite Kenyan DJ.
But this is why I'm asking whether it's your side hustle. Your bills are not being paid from this.
No.
You get what I mean?
Yes.
Currently, if you don't work,
I don't have
forget even anything. Yes. Okay. Because I'm trying to because you see what you've done is you end up leaving the place that you're working, which we'll get to.
Yeah.
But I want to just be clear. This 2006 time, it's even though you're in States trying to pursue music, it's not what's paying you.
No.
Okay.
So it's not. But Chris, remember the guy Chris the Shield?
Yes.
He did get a little bit on radio. He did get a little bit of traction.
Okay.
But that was like a little bit later. So with Julian, no, and I think I started getting traction with the remixes. And I think that was the first thing that I ever got on radio.
Okay, so Leo?
So Leo, I sent him the remix. Hey, he's like asking me
Remix for now the TID
for the TID, and I said, yeah. And he posted it on the channel.
Na siamini sitoimba, tuko wote mimi na wewe. Kwa kweli nakupenda mpenzi, kwa kweli mwenzi usijiwezi, na isiwe kama siku kama hizi na kukosa mpenzi. Watasema sana, kisha watalala, na kisha watalala. Kama kunipenda sana, oh yeah. Watasema sana, kisha watalala, oh yeah. Kama kunipenda sana, oh yeah. Wote chana chema vishwa pete, pete ili mradi unitose, tose, oh yeah.
On the website.
Yep.
Now he's like, okay, now I'll be sending you 3 pieces of songs. So he starts sending me, like he'll tell me we've uploaded this. He went from that to giving me the back end, so I could pick whatever I wanted. Yeah. So now I'm picking stuff and sending it to him, whichever ones I want, and I'm sending it to him. Like I have files of remixes that I have never sent to him because I felt like they were not good enough or I didn't finish them. So I start picking, and I remember I did the ones that really like caught his attention was one for Nonini, Kila Moja, and I think it was what's her name, Habida. I did one with Cannibal.
Well, it's another one. I'll be done Cannibal. Light up the fire.
You're my reason. I don't know no treason. Mimi na we.
Together for all this season.
Mimi na we.
Your love will be my prison.
Hello, baby. I just wanna tell you how I feel. Siogopi tena mapenzi, that's for real. It feels so good, I don't have to guess about love no more, no. The way you trust me, the way you see me, the way you feel me, baby, pia nakufeel. The way you kiss me, baby, it's driving me crazy. You're my reason, I don't know no treason. Mimi na we.
Together for all this season.
Mimi na we.
Your love will be my prison.
You're my reason, I don't know no treason. Mimi na we.
Together for all this season.
Mimi na we.
Your love will be my prison. ready when you are, me empress. Ninapokutizama nina interest, so me can never replace you. All I wanna do is caress you. So kama uko ready, niko ready. Uptown to downtown, be my one lady. Yeah, how you mnachopenda ni madredi. Na wambia no, staki tena kina Wendy. Yes, I love you, my baby. Never will deceive you, my lady. Yeah, ni mina wewe na me. No, I believe you were meant to be.
You're my reason, I don't know no treason. Mimi na wewe.
Together for all this season.
That one, he liked that one too. And then now, remember Festus? My buddy?
Yes.
I got him to start doing remixes too. Throw him in the mix.
The guy from high school.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now he's in college.
Yeah, no, this time, yeah.
He's in college, he's doing his undergrad. Threw him in a mix and he started, I think that's also when did Daska Project Fame start?
Around the same time, yeah. 2006. Yes.
When did Davis Ythera win? That was later.
Yeah.
So I got Festus to come in. And he does a remix. And he does a reggaeton remix of Davis Ythera song.
Oh, even reggaeton has come in.
Yes, reggaeton is coming in. Hey. So me, years later, I'm in a restaurant called Swahili Village. And the DJ is actually playing our remixes in there. But he has no idea.
It's you who's
yeah. So I tell him, I have some stuff, on mind. Can I bring it to play for me? He looks at me, he's like, okay. So me a lenga. And then I go back and I tell, where we were seated with, my wife and some friends. And he's like, what did he say? And he's like, he just kind of ignored it. It's like, does he know he's playing your music? I'm like, it's okay. So me, and I think at this point I'd already been embraced being in the back. I didn't care that much. So Leo, I create a relationship with Leo. He gets Wawesh to get me the stems, the 3-piece for Gashungwa by Stan. Remember at this point now, I think Wawesh has come back.
Yeah, by the time you're saying Stan, this is the time it's Stan, Sauti Sol, Della, all of those are in.
Mudhoni Drama Queen.
Yes.
But me, the one that I noticed the most, because I think the first one that I remember was Stan. So he put out Gashungwa. And I'm like, okay, who is this guy? I knew Awesh before, because now he was the only diaspora artist.
Yes, Wawesh was diaspora, even though it wasn't States, it was Sweden
Europe.
Or something like that.
Yeah, it was Europe. So he's the only diaspora artist that I'm seeing. He's doing stuff, he's putting out music and music videos, and he's a producer. And he's also producing for, major artists over there. So I start looking at what he's doing and I follow. I start following him. And every time he puts out something or he's talking about something, then I see he's moved to Kenya. I start seeing Penya everywhere. I'm like, okay, what is this Penya? And I follow, then I see Stan. Hey, I skia Gashungu. I'm like, okay, now this is music that is in line with what I do. I follow him. Now I'm still creating a relationship with Leo Fire. Leo Fire is cool with Wawesh. Leo Fire is cool with, Kina Musioka. All these other. Leo Fire is a connect for me to get in.
I get it.
Music. And now you on the other side, the gospel stuff. Now I get exposed to Riga.
Oh yes.
I get exposed to Kina Mayonde, to what was her name? Shiro?
Yes.
The one that you did Angel with, what's her name?
Kiki.
Yes.
Kiki came in the States.
Okay. Now you exposed me to another side. Then I started knowing Kina Dana Seda. Then Kaperere. Then now that's when Kwame started coming in.